Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is a record show weekend here in my part of the country here, and I got some pretty good stuff here from the show. I got there on the first day. There's like a early bird kind of members thing from like 8 to 2, and you have to pay a little extra to get in. Things like $10 instead of $5 for general admission, which I went to on the first day, which started from 2 to I believe 8, and was only able to go on the first day. It goes Friday through Sunday, but I've been on multiple days. Each has its kind of own benefit. I would say last day you find the best deals, but the first day you can maybe find some better stuff that doesn't get found by other collectors. But I got not so many LPs, I would say. I got one album and a couple 12-inch singles, and then the rest are kind of a bunch of 45s, and then also kind of a miscellaneous item as well. I think it's pretty cool. But I think we're just going to go ahead and get the 12-inch records out of the way first here. And we'll kick it off with a classic album here. And again, there's another Meet the Beatles here. But what is nice about this one, so this is in mono, and this is a true first pressing without the BMI and ASCAP credits, so it doesn't have any of the credits on the labels after the song. It just has the timing stamps. So I now have one in stereo, and then I picked this one in mono. Um, the seller denoted and knows that he had no credits on the label, but he still sold it for pretty cheap. So that's why I picked it up. I was like, sure, I'll take a mono complement to the stereo one I have. The jacket itself is in pretty good shape overall. Besides a little ring wear here and there, but no seam splits or anything. It's fairly clean, and I think this one also has the original insert, which is always a nice touch. But I think that's just the standard Scranton pressing, and I saw this as I was kind of going through my first go around of the show. Usually, I kind of make a run through with all the sellers and see what they got, and if there's anything pops out immediately, I'll get it. If there's something I kind of think about, I'll kind of maybe circle back around. And I actually passed on that one first, but I was kind of thinking, I was like, I think I'll probably regret not buying it for the price that it was. So went back and picked it up. So that was the only Beatles album I got, as these other two are going to be 12-inch singles, and they don't come from the Beatles. They don't come from any of the solo artists, but it's close enough. It says Traveling Wilburys, and this is She's My Baby 12-inch single. This is a UK pressing. It has the LP version of She's My Baby, New Blue Moon instrumental version, and then Runaway, one of my favorite Traveling Wilbury songs, and covers that they do. So there's the back. And this came out in 1990, along with the Volume 1. And it's on the Warner Brothers label here. And it was nice to add a little bit of Wilburys to a little bit more Wilburys to the collection, as I got volumes 1 and 3 now. So it's getting a little tougher for me to find some Wilbury stuff. But there's a couple more 12-inch singles out there, and there's some limited edition, like 10-inch singles and some 45s out there. So I'll still track them down when I can. But the other 12-inch single, if you guessed, is going to be another Wilbury single. And this one is going to be the Wilbury Twist. Nice, fun cover there. And this one has the Wilbury Twist, New Blue Moon instrumental again, and then a Cool Dry Place. And as you can see, it's got the little Made in UK sticker there. Also advertising. This one's advertising 1 3. So there you go. This one came out in 1991. Yeah. So there's the front, and it is on the Warner Brothers label again. There you go. And yeah, this is probably the least amount of albums or 12-inch records you can say I probably bought at a record show in a while. Um, I was kind of looking forward to getting some of the Japanese series, flag series again, but my the seller that normally has a lot of them wasn't there this time, so that was kind of a bit unfortunate. But so I'm still on the hunt. I was hoping to knock out a couple more to get closer to the flag series completed, but did not happen today. But that's okay. Found some other stuff instead. So from the same seller, I got the 12-inch singles from. He also had some 45s, and I thought this one was pretty cool. And this is a original pressing from the UK of Ain't She Sweet, and yeah, if you love me, baby. So this is Tony Sheridan and the Beatles there, and it's got a little sticker on the Ain't She Sweet side, but it has a nice company sleeve, and it has the old school Polydor label. So this came out in 1964, and the record's a little beat up, but still very early Beatles record there. And there's a little stamp on the sleeve coming from Delmer's Music Shop. So there you go. Thank you, Mr. Delmer. And now I got another batch of 45s from another seller that I kind of see around a good bit, and they always seem to have a lot of Beatles records, or a lot of Beatles 45s. He pretty much sells only 45s, and he has a lot of them for pretty cheap. So I think I got 7 45s from him. I think he made a little bundle deal for me, so a little less than $5, $4 a piece, kind of for these ones, including some promos. But I'm going to first start off with the only picture sleeve, and that is 1996's Real Love. And I never had the 45 before. For some reason, this was kind of the one that a record that kind of eludes you for no reason, even though you should be able to find it pretty easy. So this is a U.S. pressing. So there's the back. It has a Real Love and Babies in Black, and comes on this Apple label here. It's in nice shape. And the kind of bonus, which is always a nice touch to see, that I got the jukebox strips that come with it as well. So at least I waited for a right time to kind of get everything with it, I guess you can say. So now I might need to try to track down a UK copy of this eventually. But again, it's just kind of one of those records that kind of eludes you, and you don't really know why, because you feel like you should be able to find it, no problem, or at least for a good price as well. And then let's see what we got here. So we got a lot of the Starline series, as you can see here. Pick some of these up for pretty cheap. I like to pick them up when I can, just to kind of work on some different reissue series. So these are all from 1981, and they're all on the light blue Starline label. And I got Yellow Submarine, back with Eleanor Rigby, and some of these releases were kind of weird or misprinted. Some of them are indicated as mono, some of them are indicated as stereo, some have an X catalog number, and some have an A catalog number. So there's a whole bunch of different little variations like that for this series, it seems like. So we got Yesterday and Act Naturally. So when I get a little variation like that, I like to get them fairly cheap, which I did here. So happy with that. Got I Want to Hold Your Hand, and I Saw Her Standing There. And then the last one, we got Nowhere Man, back with What Goes On. And then the two promos that I got, kind of excited about this one. I haven't had either one of these promos that came out with this release in '76, and this is Got to Get You Into My Life, white label promo. So there's a Helter Skelter white label promo. This is a stereo and mono A side B side kind of thing, and these are kind of get a little pricey. Again, I got all these for about $5-ish to $4-ish a piece. So to find one for that, I was pretty thrilled with that. And then the Only Solo 45, again another promo. I found the other promo to this record last year at the show, but that was a stereo promo, and this one is a mono promo. And that is Paul McCartney Wings of Let 'Em In. So as you can see, this one's in mono. There's the back, got some stickers and some writing. Again, this is mono front and back. This has the full length song. That's at 5 minutes 8 seconds, and this one is like the DJ version, I guess, at 3 minute and 43 seconds. The radio edit. And before I kind of get to the last few records here, I usually don't get magazines or posters nowadays, but the one thing that kind of gets me are kind of original ads for albums, and these were just kind of too cool to pass up. Let's see if I can get this sticker off here real quick. Yeah, it's okay. But so these came from Billboard magazine from I'm guessing from 1964. And when I saw these, I thought that's pretty cool. So this is a Christmas advertisement for some Beatles records from 1964. It's advertising the Beatles story, and this is a two-pager, I guess you can say, advertisement. So this is kind of like the new album at the time, and then it says also plus these continuing best-selling albums of Meet the Beatles, second album, something new, and their new single, which would be I Feel Fine, and She's a Woman. So you got this one, and then combined, they form one picture. Let's see if I can stand up here. So there you go. So that'll be a nice frame. I thought that looked really cool. And there was another one there that you probably see in a couple months, probably just as a gift. So I'll have to wait for my birthday for that one. But they weren't too expensive, to be honest with you either. So again, I thought that was really cool, and I'll get those framed up for sure. As for original Beatles advertising, I always think that's pretty cool. And then the last few 45s here, I was very surprised that this seller was here, and they are the folks from Blue Jay Way Galleries, I believe. Let me double check their name here officially. Yep, Blue Jay Way Galleries, and they have a Florida branch and a Texas branch. And I kind of knew of them. I think they do specialty Beatles Butcher album peels. I think that's kind of what they're known for, and then also dealing with some higher end Beatles items. And they said this is their first year coming to this show. So of course I kind of knew them. I was kind of like, let's go. But they had a lot of nice items there. I'll probably put the picture of their stuff that they had hanging up as the thumbnail here. So, they had Butcher albums, some introducing the Beatles, and they had the export albums, like the Beatles 6, Beatles second album, Something New, the UK versions. They had the green vinyl unofficial pressing of Milk and Honey, and they had like a genuine Roots, John Lennon Roots album with all the inserts and stuff like that. and they had a bunch of crazy 45s on their table, including like test pressings and all that kind of stuff. But that was a little bit out of my range. Very cool to see. Um, there was a Instant Karma single-sided promo, which was really cool. I almost got that, but again, it was just a little bit too much at the time. So I got 3 records from them, including something I've been wanting for quite a while. And he kind of bundled these up for me, gave me a good deal. And I got a couple more original EPs here, since I got some from my recent trip to England this past year. I was looking for some original EPs, and I ended up finding more EPs and singles here than I did in England, which is kind of crazy. But anyway, here's All My Loving, and this is a original pressing from 1964 on the Parlophone label there. They're a little bit on the rougher side, and he had these in his box, not on the table, because they'll deal with pretty high. Uh, what am I trying to say? High level Beatles records. So in like minty mint shape. So even if these have like a little corner ding, those he'll drop the value pretty significantly and that all kind of stuff. But here is extracts from the album A Hard Day's Night. So this is the kind of the volume 2 for the other EP. So there's the back, and this one has the straight cut diagonal, but it's still an original pressing. They for some reason they had a version um, like that originally. So there is the label, and this is again another original pressing from 1964. And the record I finally crossed off my list. It's a 45, and it was just finally time. I saw it. The price was right. I pretty much bought this one, and he threw in the other ones for free. So very thankful for that, for having him working with me. But I've been wanting these ones forever, and that is an original Love Me Do on the red label. It's got the original sleeve as well. So very happy to finally have this kind of historic Beatles album item in my collection. So there is the original Parlophone company sleeve. It's always nice to have along with it. And then there is the red label. So this version has the Made in Great Britain text there. Um, Again, didn't really quite matter to me if it did or didn't. I just wanted a red label of Love Me Do and P.S. I Love You. So finally added a kind of historical piece, I guess you could say, to the collection. So I'm very happy to have that. It's almost, I would almost consider frame worthy, I would say. I could probably take down a sleeve, I would say. I'm definitely going to play it as it is from 1962. Pretty old. I would love to hear it played on my turntable. Hear the original, I guess you can say Ringo on drums version there, and enjoy it and see it up on my wall for a little bit. If I want to change it out, I can always do that. I got plenty of other picture sleeves I like to see every once in a while, but big check off the list for that one. So really excited about that. Again, not a whole much per se quantity, but a whole lot of, I would say, pretty quality stuff here for this record show. So I call that a success, and I'll probably have a few more items I kind of had laying around here from the past months or two. That I'll probably do another Beatles update, but I'll get all these cataloged and organized, and I'm happy to listen to some of these, including the 12-inch singles and of course the Love Me Do um, record. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if you got any questions about these records or how the record show went. And thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.